Welcome back to my channel. It's so amazing to work with each and every one of you. So today we're going to be taking the concluding part of our topic we started discussing in the previous video, which is inferiority complex, breaking free from that silent struggle. So in the part one of that video, we talked about inferiority complex, what it is, and the signs to look out for to know if you have inferiority complex. So in this concluding part, we're going to talk about where it comes from. But I will quickly advise, if you've not watched the last video, the part one of this topic, go back and watch the part one of this video so you have a profound understanding of what inferiority complex is and the signs to look out for. Then you come back and conclude with this particular one. So we're going to start with where it comes from. Inferiority complex for some people starts from childhood, maybe by parents or by teachers through spoken word. Sometimes parents, in the bid to correct our children, we tend to go overboard. We unconsciously do this. Most parents don't do it consciously. We do it unconsciously, where we now start comparing our children with other children. You ask them, can't you see this person? Does this person have two heads? Can't you be like this person? Funny enough, not just even other children, but with their own siblings. So when we keep washing down the uniqueness or even the little efforts of those children, you see them, they start shying away. They start shying away. It's not a bad thing to refer to another child or to a sibling, but I think it should be done in a very positive way, in a way that preserves the dignity of that child, where you also make them realize that they are unique and they are good in their own way. But it would also be a good thing for them to inculcate a positive attitude of another child into their own personality, just to make them a better person, not for them to be that person. So most times parents talk down on their children. They wash down the dignity or the self-confidence of that child by comparing that child with other children. Likewise, teachers. I've been so fortunate to encounter teachers that are very amazing. It's even my children's teachers that they've made me understand that every child have their uniqueness. Even you as a parent, all your children do not have the same quality. Their level of assimilation differ. Talk more of when you come to a classroom, students from different background, different parents. So they made me understand that even your own children, your first child might be able to assimilate in 5 minutes. Another one might assimilate in 10 minutes. Another one in a minute. So if we could have differences among siblings, talk more of, students in a classroom. So we need to understand as parents, words, guidance, that these kids are unique in their own ways. So in as much as we try to correct them when they are not doing the right thing, we should also loud the good things they do, and then encourage them to inculcate positive characters from others into their own lifestyle, just to better who they are. Likewise, teachers. Some teachers will make some students feel like they are the worst they've ever taught. Because they are in the same class, they expect every child to assimilate like the ones who assimilate fast. But teachers who understand know that these kids have different learning capabilities. So when teachers talk down on these children, when parents talk down on their children, they tend to kill their children's self confidence. And then from childhood, you see that child will never want to participate in anything because they are scared that they will not do well. Then for others, this complex can arise from major setback or failure. It can also arise from rejection, and it can also arise because you're just living in a world that values, or yes, that values wealth, that values appearance, achievements, or beauty. Just by being alive in this world is enough for one to develop inferiority complex. So when we talk of a major setback or failure, it could be someone. Let me just give a very simple instance. Maybe someone wakes up one day to hear that their business was razed down by fire, and unfortunately that business wasn't insured. And then you see them, they go from grace to grass. Maybe they have to sell their properties, they have to sell their cars, and then they become so ashamed of themselves. Their self-confidence dies because the things they used to do, they can't do them anymore. And definitely, in this world where we are living, you see people that will make mockery of them. Even friends or family members would even make jest of them. So they tend to develop that complex. They develop that complex because they have encountered a massive failure or setback. Then when we talk of rejection, you see some people who probably academically they are good. They came out with first class. They are very, very good at what they do, but because of one thing or the other, probably they don't have connection. They keep applying for jobs, but they keep getting rejected because some who have the money and the connection are taking away those jobs. At a point, people will laugh at them. Even with all your intelligence, with all your good grades, you still have nothing to show for it. They start shying away. They start staying away from people because they start feeling like a failure. And then, like I said, just by being alive, just by living in this generation is enough. You need to develop a thick skin so as not to develop complex issues in this our generation. Because our generation judge everything by what they see. They put value on your achievements. They put value on your money, your wealth. They put value on your appearance, even on your beauty. That is what they put value on. So even as adults, you can develop this complex just by being alive in this world. But let me tell you the truth. Your value is not measured by what you have or what people think. Your value is measured by who you are. That is who God says you are. Now, let's go to how to break free. But before we dive into breaking free, I want to encourage you, if this is your first time of coming across my video, please subscribe, hit the like button, and drop your encouraging comment. And also, if this video has been very, very useful to you, please share for others to partake or for others to also learn from it. Now, let's go to breaking free from inferiority complex. Number one, you need to accept yourself. Yes, you need to be contented with who you are. In our first video, the part one, I talked about my daughter coming to tell me what her friends were saying in primary school. Let me tell you what that did to her in secondary school when she entered JS1. They were asked to go on low cuts, the girls, but not too low. But unfortunately, the barber went too low, so they had to take it low like the boys. So she came back from school that day and told me, "Mommy, do you know what happened in school today? One senior, and next as one boy, walked past me and hit my head and called me Molo." I think that's a slang for those who go on maybe like skin or very low cut. But that she turned, because when she said it, I was just like, God, what did she do? And then she told me that she turned and looked at him and said, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I belong to God and I resemble Him. And then she turned and she walked away. She said the senior just stood and was looking at her. When she told me, I said, yes, that's it. That's it. That's the spirit. You need to accept who you are. She she accepted that her haircut being too low did not define her self-worth. That senior could not, she didn't give that senior the opportunity to define her because of her low cut. So don't let people pressure you. Accept who you are. Whatever situation you find yourself, please accept it. That is who you are. When you accept it, why? Why would you be under pressure?